Let's talk about the power within you and how to unleash your spiritual self. Hey guys, it's John here in my living room enjoying a beautiful, albeit a gray day outside. But it's still warm enough for me to wear shorts in my house and wander around in a very comfortable clothing. Already had my cup of coffee this morning, so I'm sitting here caffeinated and ready to speak to you guys about the power within you. You know, if you come from a spiritual tradition, specifically a religious tradition, usually that tradition will give you some sort of limitation, if you're coming from a Christian background especially, you're coming from a worthiness issue or a guilt issue, because a lot of those religions use your self-worth and your guilt as recruitment tools to keep you within the religion. And the concept of to spiritually awaken or to come to this new awareness of your spiritual self is an interesting aspect, because you have to truly come to know your spiritual self. You have to release all the dogmas, all the doctrines, all the religions. You have to come back to yourself without those beliefs, because your spiritual self is a non-corporeal. It's not physical. And religions all have these various stories that are based in physical experiences. You know, you're guilty because of this, or you're because of this. And the reality of it is spirituality is non-corporeal. It's outside of the physical realm. The physical is just an expression or an illusion of your belief, your spiritual belief, your non-corporeal belief. And what happens is to step into your original power, to step into and I say original because that's what you're born with. Bible literally says you must become as a child to enter the kingdom of heaven. That's going back to your place before belief, before you've been told you're not worthy, before you've been told that you're guilty, before you're told the only way to do or get to a spiritual nirvana is to use their method, modality, or technique. It's coming back to that place before all of that belief. And to step into your spiritual power is to literally release anything that puts a boundary upon how it's done. When you put a boundary on, I have to do this to get to there. Many years ago, I had a Kundalini rising experience. Now, I didn't even know it was called that when I had it. I was told it was that by somebody who I was sharing a tent with. And his response was, I've been trying to have one of those for years. And he was trying to do it through transcendental meditation. His method, well, he felt that if he continued doing his method, he would get to that place. Whereas I just got very present, and I just warmed my body up, and it happened. I was being very present, very fearless, and just experiencing the moment. To awaken to your spiritual awareness is to get very present, very fearless. Come to this space of realizing that you are the creator of the outer corporeal experience. The outer world experience is a product of belief. And when you come to this space of spiritual awareness, you come back to a oneness with everything, understanding that the illusion is from you and from the other people in the illusion as well, because it is a collective consciousness. As the Hindus say, the Sit and the Sit Sat Ki, the individual sparks of consciousness within the one God. We all have our individuality, but we're part of this oneness, this non-duality, as Rupert Spira would say. So we have this non-duality, this oneness. And to become aware of our spiritual, or to awaken to our spiritual self, or to find our spiritual power, is to come to realize that we don't stop at the skin. We are connected to everything without. Everything you're looking at is nothing but atomic energy in motion. And the air is, and the wall is, and your arm is, and your eyes are. All of it is just this oneness of energy in motion. And all we are within that oneness of energy and motion that's flowing around us is our own consciousness, our own awareness, our own belief. When we look at how we step into our spiritual power, we come to start to understand this oneness. We come to understand this non-duality. We come to understand this idea that we are one with the world, and we're dancing with the people around us and the experiences around us with our belief. And when we come to consciously start to come to a place of realizing we're creative and we can create from belief, then we start to really flow into a beautiful experience. There'll be some symptoms of this awareness coming about. One of the things is you'll find that you have much less struggle, much less anger. You have much less negative emotions because you start to see the world as one, and you start to look at things from the aspect of, why am I experiencing this now? And what belief am I creating about this belief? And how is this playing out in my belief? And you start to find these various aspects of your personal self. You also start to find out that because you're not putting out reactions to the physical, you're no longer reacting to the physical, you are just acting within the present moment. What you find very quickly is that the world gets easier and smoother and more joyful because that reaction itself is an escalation of a physical experience. And when you choose to react to it rather than assessing and acting with, dancing alongside of, dancing along with that thing that's happening in your life, there comes a spiritual awareness. And it also becomes your spiritual power. You start to understand that you have effect. You start to understand that you create the experience. You start to comprehend the idea that you have the ability to make your life as beautiful or as loving as you possibly can. And it always comes back to you taking that belief, but specifically taking that present moment belief and choosing to exhale and get back to that loving space and be that loving moment. When somebody comes up and they're yelling at you and they're calling you terrible names, exhale. Realize that they're having a struggle within their personal experience, and you reacting to it only escalates their experience. You exhaling and releasing the fear associated with it allows that situation to diffuse. You become the impetus for change around you. Often you've heard me say in videos, you can't save the world, but you can be the bright spot in the world for people around you to choose to save themselves. And that's the truth. The more you can be the one person who's not reactive, who is totally in action, who is watching the world around you play out and instigating it playing out well, instigating it playing out loving, you being that person who's rolling that energy forward, you suddenly find that power. I am powerful. I'm a creator. Ye are gods, right? And when you come to that space of realization that you have that ability, you can change the world around you simply by being. You don't go out and have to do all these things to change the world. Be the loving essence. Be the change you want to see in the world. That's what Gandhi said. By being the change, you are connecting with the oneness of God. By being the change, you are understanding your non-duality. You're experiencing this oneness, this expression of all. And that is powerful. That is the power within you. That is awakening to spiritual awareness, being aware of the fact that you have cause and effect and that you can cause beauty and love into this world. And you can deflate the things that are fearful and angry and nasty just by simply not escalating it, by letting the wave of negativity flow off of the world, by it flowing off of you. You get to stop the ripple of negativity by simply being the thing that lets it dissipate. And that is huge spiritual power. That is huge spiritual awareness. And when you live into that world, you live into that expression, you live into that beingness of one with everything, you are infinitely powerful and infinitely aware. And you understand that everyone around you is equal because they're all part of you. They're all part of the one. They're all part of the oneness. And that's my thought on this, guys. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.